Welcome, folks. We're going to give it just a couple more minutes before we get started. Okay, why don't we go ahead and get going, because the sooner I finish talking, the sooner we can all start moving. I know that's why we're all here today. So welcome everybody, and welcome to February. Uh, February, as you all know, is National Cancer Prevention Month and Black History Month. Anayana, you can take down the slide if you'd like. So CFE planned the Move for Cancer Prevention event to take place during this pivotal time, National Cancer Prevention Month and Black History Month, as a healthy and fun action building event for the whole family to enjoy and every community to be part of. This accessible movement event focuses on educating the public on the need to remove cancer-causing chemicals from the places we live, learn, work, and play. I know we're all here today to have some fun, so I hope you'll forgive me for injecting a very brief, serious note as we get started. For me, it's not an accident that National Cancer Prevention Month and Black History Month go hand in hand. We know that BIPOC communities are more likely to be burdened by toxic chemicals in the environment. And during this month, we'll highlight some of the history of Black leaders standing up for their right to a safer, cleaner environment. As we start off the month, I'd like to pay tribute to a colleague who was known and loved by many people in this network, Cecil Corbin Mark, who we lost in 2020 far too soon. Cecil was a lifelong Harlem activist and the deputy director of We Act for Environmental Justice. He dedicated his life to dismantling systemic and institutional racism. We owe him a debt of gratitude, not only because he lent us his brilliance as part of the founding of this network, but for all of his work to inspire change for environmental justice. With this recognition that toxic chemicals in our environment pose a disproportionate threat to communities of color, we know that cancer prevention means more than just asking people to make lifestyle changes. We need governments, businesses, health professionals, and all of us to work together to change the system that keeps us stuck and sick. So we're moving for cancer prevention, but we're moving as part of something bigger and stronger than any one individual. Participating in this move-a-thon is easy, fun, and convenient. All you have to do is sign up as an individual or create a team for your organization, and then help us raise funds and track your activity, whether it's running, biking, kayaking, coloring, reading, or yoga like we'll be doing today. We'd love to hear from you what your favorite activity is from the mileage converter. Check out the link in the chat if you haven't already picked one. I'm planning on doing yoga and also jogging outside in the freezing cold in Connecticut this month. So let us know in the chat how you're planning to move for cancer prevention. Later in the call, Anayana White, CFE's communications manager, will highlight some of the other events that are happening during National Cancer Prevention Month. We're pulling together a very full calendar of CFE, member, and other related events for the whole month. But I would like to just take a minute to amplify the work of Less Cancer and the founder, Bill Cousins. National Cancer Prevention Day first came about through a House resolution on February 4th, 2013, which states that work to prevent cancer impacts human health, the environment, and the economy. National Cancer Prevention Day is observed annually on Capitol Hill with cancer prevention experts and legislators, students, and other programs sponsored by Less Cancer. Make sure that you check out our National Cancer Prevention Month events page for more information about the Less Cancer activities and all sorts of other activities happening throughout the month. Finally, before we get moving, I'd like to thank the organizations and companies that have come on as pre-launch sponsors and contributors. We'll be adding sponsors throughout the month, and we need your help. We'd love to have more members sign on as sponsors, and we'd appreciate your help reaching out to potential sponsors you may know. So check out the sponsorship packet at the link in the chat. That's enough for me. Let's go ahead and get moving. I have the pleasure now of introducing our National Cancer Prevention Month communications strategist, Paige Glidden.
Hello, everybody. I am so excited to be here with you and mostly excited to move for cancer prevention this month and introduce Adrienne Burke, who will be leading our yoga practice today. I'm particularly excited about this for two reasons. One of my activities this month will be yoga, as I'm trying to expand my physical activity this month in honor of National Cancer Prevention Month. And then secondly, Adrienne is a board member of Woman Warrior, which is an organization that I work with often and love. They provide safe yoga and meditation space for survivors of sexual assault and abuse. Adrienne has been teaching yoga for 30 years, and I am so excited to have her lead us in collective movement today. And I will pop the link to Woman Warrior in the chat so you all can look at it a little bit more. But Adrienne, the floor is all yours.
Thank you so much, Paige. So hi, everyone. Today I thought, because many of us are in our homes, sitting in chairs, working, at a makeshift desk, if you will, or even if you are in an office, a lot of times we sit so much that we don't have the opportunity to move. And really our yoga practice, where yes, it's great in a group format, but it doesn't need to be done on the mat. It's good to have a mat if you especially for some of the asanas or postures. However, you can also practice yoga a few times a day in your chair, especially since, again, it makes it a little bit more accessible during the day. And sometimes you just need a little break from whatever you're doing. So we're going to start with some yoga in our chair. We'll get up and do a few easy standing poses, also using a chair, but we'll start here. And the most important part of any yoga practice, regardless of the name behind it, whatever it's called, yoga is really yoga. And the most important part is our breathing. So what I'm going to invite you all to do is take a moment to just close your eyes. You could take one hand right over your heart and the second hand over your abdomen. And we're going to just take a moment or two to focus on our breath. Because really the stress release that we know happens through our yoga practice, yes, it's the movements, but really we use the movements that create some controlled stress, right? Because they're challenging to us. And we use the breath to stay relaxed and focused and calm. So that way, when you leave your environment, whether it's your home or your office or the classroom, and you go out into the world and you're driving and someone cuts you off, or you're on the subway or on public transportation and someone says something rude to you, you can stay calm. Or even if your kids, get on your nerves, or, you can always, or your significant other, stay calm through your breath. So with your eyes closed, first, just focus on breathing through your nose. So we'll inhale through our nose. And when you inhale, you're going to feel that your abdominal region, rib cages are rising or inflating. And when you exhale, you're going to release completely. So you're breathing in through your nose and then breathing out through your nose. So just practicing that. Now, a lot of different forms of physical exercise use mouth breathing, but more and more there's studies, scientific studies that tell us the benefit of breathing through our nose. And as a yoga practice, we've always done it. Why? Because one, our nose is designed for breathing. And then also it helps to filter and hydrate the air. And then also in our practice, we are working physically, of course, but we're also working energetically. And it helps us to have balance with those energy channels. And again, more and more studies are showing breathing through the nose helps us with our attention, with our focus. So as you're breathing through your nose, see if you can make your inhale the same length as your exhale. And for each of us, it might be different. However, a good general breath count is a breath count of 4. So we'll just practice that together. So let's everyone exhale everything out through the nose. And then we'll inhale, 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 exhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale, 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 exhale. Inhale, 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 exhale, 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 exhale. Now continue on your own. If you lose your way, if you start to engage in thoughts, just go back and begin again. So that's also the beauty of the breath. It's always with us. We can always go back to that focal point. And as we begin to move in the next few moments, you'll see that's the importance. We're going to link some movements with our breath. And this is also a nice practice to do, not only during the day, but at the end of your day too, if you're starting to unwind a little bit. It's also a great practice just to follow the breath to begin your day, and maybe start with just being grateful or appreciative of the day that's to come. So now though, let's open our eyes, and we're going to begin to use some movement with our breath. And we're going to start small. And again, we're staying sitting in our chair. So first, let's start by dropping the chin to the chest, but sitting up a little bit taller and lifting the chest to the chin. Now I want you to breathe freely, but very gently roll your head over to the right shoulder. Drop the left shoulder down. And then go ahead and come back to center. And we're going to go to the other side. So now bring your left ear to the left shoulder, letting the right shoulder drop. And again, breathe. So especially when you feel tightness, you want to make sure that you're really focusing more on the breath than the tension in your body. And then again, we'll release the chin to the chest. And at the same time, we'll lift the chest to the chin. And then we'll make our right ear, we'll bring our right ear over to the shoulder, relaxing the left shoulder down. And then coming back to center. And then rolling over to the left side, left ear to the left shoulder, letting the right shoulder release down. And now we're going to go a little bit deeper if you can. So go ahead and let the chin come to the chest. And then begin to bring that right ear to the right shoulder. And if you can, if it feels right for your body, let the head come back. And then the left ear to the left shoulder, relaxing the right shoulder down. And then back to center, once again towards the right, so the right ear to the right shoulder. Back behind you if you can. left ear to the left shoulder, and then forward. And we'll go one more time, circling over to the right all the way. If you can, if not, half circles are fine, like we were doing. And then when your chin comes to your chest, lift your chest to your chin. So again, you're sitting up taller, and we're going to reverse. So same 3 circles. Go slow, go with your breath. So the left ear to the left shoulder, releasing the right shoulder down. Back behind you if you can. Right ear to the right shoulder, relaxing the left shoulder, and then forward. Again to the left ear to the left shoulder, releasing the right shoulder. Back behind you. Right ear to the right shoulder, relaxing the left, and then forward, and then one more circle around. Again, only go where your breath is going to take you. So that's the most important part of our practice. With time, with practice, yes, things get easier, but you need to be respectful of where you are today. And then go ahead and let the chin come to your chest, lift the chest up, and we'll slowly lift the head up. From here, we're going to go ahead and reach our arms up. Now, a lot of times we hold tension in our shoulders. So go ahead and let the shoulders rise, right? We're used to that, and then drop them down. Again, lifting them up on the inhale, and then exhale, release. And then one more time. Inhale, lifting up, and then exhale, release. Now keep the shoulders down. Take your right hand down towards the floor and a very gentle stretch over to the right. So taking that left ear, the left arm rather, over the ear, let your left palm face down, breathe here, and then we'll inhale, take both arms up again, dropping the shoulders, and now doing the other side. So left arm down, right arm over the ear, just finding that stretch through the right side body, breathing here. And then we're going to lift up again, both arms up, dropping the shoulders once again, exhaling over to the right side. And then inhale, bringing both arms up, exhaling over to the left. And then one more time, each side. So we'll inhale, lift both arms up, dropping the shoulders, exhaling over to the right. And then inhale, lifting up, exhaling over to the left. So now we'll inhale, bring both arms up and gently twist to the right. So I'm going to go ahead and take my left hand to my chair. If you don't have one, you can just turn. And I'm just going to let the right arm extend back. And not to torque my neck, I'm going to look either out forward or, if it feels right for me, over towards the right fingers. And then we're going to come back to center on the inhale, taking the arms up, dropping the shoulders, and then turning to the other side. So I'm going to take my right hand to my chair because I have one here, and then let the left arm extend out. So I'm trying to just open very gently the left rib cage back, and I'm breathing. Now I'm going to inhale, take my arms up again. Exhale again to the right. Maybe this time we'll stay a couple of breaths. So nice free inhale and exhale. Remember your even breath. So the back, my back is towards the back of the chair. So I'm not going anything crazy. My hips are pressing down. So I'm just opening up. And then we'll take our arms up again, inhaling here, and then exhaling and turning. Again, breathing here, so the left rib cage moves back. I'm feeling the sit bones or the buttock bones on my chair. And then we'll lift up on the inhale one more time each side. Exhale, turning towards the right. And then inhale, lifting up, and exhale, turning to the left. And then we'll lift our arms up again on the inhale and exhale, release them down. Now from here, I'm still sitting in my chair. I'm going to take my arms out. It's hard to see it on my screen, but my elbows are bent. And I'm going to take my right arm underneath my left. So crossing my elbows. Now, for some of you, you might want to keep your back of your hands together. For some of you, you might be able to cross your wrists. So if you're familiar with different asanas or poses, this is Garudasana or eagle pose arms. Now, I might feel a lot of tension across my upper spine. I'm going to relax the shoulders, and I'm going to use this to open up and arch and round my spine. So from here, I'm going to lift my elbows up and look up towards the ceiling on the inhale. And then on my exhale, using the breath, elbows come in towards the navel, chin to chest. Inhale, we're going to lift our elbows and arms up and look up. So I'm arching the spine. And then exhale, abdomen in, elbows in towards the navel. Good. One more time on this side. Inhale, lifting everything up or arching. Exhaling and round. Now unwrap your arms, roll your shoulders back a few times, and then roll them forward. And we're now going to do the other side, or the opposite arm on top or on the bottom. So now we're going to take our left elbow underneath the right. And again, your either back of the hands come together. Some of you might be able to wrap your wrists. Once again, releasing the shoulders, lifting the chest, and using your breath. Inhale, lifting the elbows up, chest up, looking up, and then exhaling and round. Inhaling, arching, looking up, exhaling and round, and then one more time. Inhale, arching, looking up, and then exhaling and round. Now relax your arms, roll your shoulders back, and then roll them forward. Now, if you are sitting, come on and stand up. Hopefully you'll be able to see some of my screen, if not all. I'm going to move my chair to the side, and you might not be able to see it great. I'm wondering if I can move back a little bit here and widen my screen. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on some balancing positions. So I'm going to hold the chair. Why not? It's here, but you can release it when you want. And I'm going to start with my big toes together. Hands can be on the hips or alongside, or taking hold of your chair. And we're just going to lift the right knee up. See if you can bring your right knee not high up to the hip, but just at hip level. Now, from here, if you can, bring your palms together. Thumbs to the sternum, looking straight ahead, and you're balancing. Again, the chair is there if you need a little support. Take a couple of breaths here. And then relax the arm and relax the right leg. Now, if your toes turned out, try to refine. Our practice is about refinement. Toes facing forward. Again, the chair is there. We're going to take our hands to the hips or alongside or on the chair, and you're going to lift the left knee up. Again, not super high, right at the hip level. Focusing at one point, bringing your hands together. Try to open up the chest. Breathe. Remember that even inhale and exhale that we've practiced. And then release the arms and release the legs. So now we're going to add on to Vrikshasana or tree pose, which you might be familiar with. I don't know if you can, again, you might not be able to see me all the way, but I'm going to take that right knee up again. And this time I'm going to turn it out and place the foot against the thigh. You can also place the foot against the ankle, depending upon where you are. Now, the bottom toes, you want to kind of see if you can refine them. So the toes are facing forward. My right knee is not out to the side. That's incorrect. My hip bones are facing forward. And again, I just want to balance here. So my left foot is grounding down, but I'm lifting that left leg up. I want to feel almost that there's a string attached to the top of the head so that I'm growing. This is one of those asanas or postures that you could practice every day. And every day it's going to be a little bit different. Why? Because our focus is different. Things that are happening in our lives are different. So it's one of those poses that it's a good thing to practice just so that, again, you can find this tranquility. You can find this idea of seeing if you can feel that you're rooted or grounded, especially in a busy day. And then we'll relax the arms, relax the leg, and we'll do the left side. So now we're going to go ahead and take that left knee up again, open up. So I'm going to move a little bit away from my chair so I have some space. Foot against the thigh or against the calf or against the ankle, whatever feels right. Again, you can always use your chair to help you balance. See if you can refine that the right toes face forward. And again, always know that it's not so much only to just do the asana or the pose, it's about each time a little bit of awareness, right? Do I notice where my weight is on the foot? See if you can have it even. So now we're on the right foot between the first and second toe, fourth and fifth, and 2 points in the heels. Keep breathing here, deep inhales and exhales. Good. And then we'll relax the arms and relax the legs. We'll do one more pose before we leave. We're going to take that right knee up. And this time I'm going to bring it back. And see if you can bring your right hand to take hold of the ankle or the foot. So you might know this as the runner stretch. Some of you said you were going to be running. This is also known as dancer's pose or Natarajasana. So here I can either keep my left hand on my hip or take it out to the shoulder, or keep hold of my chair. I want to, though, gently move that right leg back a little bit. So I'm thinking about balancing, and we have the Olympics coming this week, I believe, and you might notice this is a pose that we see people do or skaters do on the ice, which is extremely impressive. And then relaxing all the way down, and we'll do the other side. So now we'll bring that left knee next to the right knee, and then see if we can take our left hand and bring it back, taking hold of the foot or the ankle. Now this might be where you stay, or the right arm comes up at shoulder height or a little bit higher. And the idea is to move the leg back, thinking about the right toes facing forward, thinking about your breath. And again, whenever you feel like a little bit, oh, I can't do it, think about how those ice skaters do this beautiful pose through practicing every day. And really, you want your yoga practice to be accessible, that you can do something every day, even if it's what we just did. So whenever you practice, you want to make sure that your daily practice has you are moving the spine in all 6 directions. So which is what we did, right? Side, lateral extension to side, we twisted, and then we arched and we rounded. So again, taking this practice to feel that hopefully now you feel just you have a little bit more movement, that you can be a little bit more grounded. So we'll end our practice this afternoon by just singing or chanting the sound of Om 1 time. So you might say, if this is unfamiliar to you, the sound of Om is from the Sanskrit language, and it encompasses all of the sounds of the alphabet, of the Sanskrit alphabet. So it's said to be the universal sound. And whenever we sing, again, it's very, very powerful for our mood, for our spirits. So we'll do this together. So go ahead and close your eyes. Inhale. You bring your hands to your heart center. Thank you all very, very much. Have a good rest of your day. And again, I invite you to visit womanwarrioryoga.org. The classes that are held are really for everyone. So please feel free and take class with us. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Adrienne. That was amazing. I know after some hard workouts and sitting at a desk most days, I really needed some stretching like that. So appreciate it. And hi, everyone. I'm Monica. You might know me. I'm the National Cancer Prevention Month coordinator, here for all your questions, but I also wanted to share that how I'm going to move this month is I'm going to play basketball. I love playing basketball. I'm going to do a lot of that in my driveway. And then I'm also going to be on the stationary bike because I'm not as brave as Deborah and I don't want to go out in the cold. So I'm going to be on the stationary bike inside my house to move this month. I also wanted to, just so you know, you just moved 15 minutes with Adrienne through that wonderful practice. And I put that 15 minutes into the mileage converter, and all of you have now moved 0.3375 miles for cancer prevention. So thanks for doing that with us. And I'd also like to real quick share my screen and show you all how to add miles to your CauseVox personal page. So I'm going to do that right now. All right, so here we are on the main page of the campaign. And if you scroll down, you can see we have some info in the right column. The handy conversion tool is linked right here on the main page of the campaign. You can click on that to add activity. So what I did to see how much this was, and as you can see, there's lots of different activities you can be doing: drawing, board games, reading, running. We'll go all the way down to yoga, since we just did that for 15 minutes. And you can hit this red button to calculate your miles. Like I said, 0.3375 miles for that 15 minutes. And when you want to add that to your, sorry, I'm trying to get the thing up. When you want to add that to your personal page, you can log in to your personal fundraising page and it'll look like this. And then if you want to edit your page, you click that little, your face in the right-hand corner. You can edit page, go to page details, and here I can put in 0.3375 because I just moved for 15 minutes in yoga, and then I'll save that, rounds up to 3.4, cool, or 0.34, cool. And then that will be reflected on my profile. There it is, once I refreshed it. So next, I'm going to answer any questions that y'all have for the next few minutes. If anyone has any questions that have popped up, I have not read the chat, so there might be, nope, not yet. But if you have any questions right now about creating a personal page, a team page, anything that has to do with CauseVox, anything that has to do with participating this month, feel free to put that in the chat. And I don't know, Aniana, Paige, Deborah, if there's anything we want to share outside of this while we're waiting for questions to come in. Or we can just chill and embrace the silence.
Maybe you can talk a little bit about the FAQ document that we're putting together, and about how to do fundraising, how to add donations.
Absolutely. So we have this FAQ document that we'll be adding to throughout the month as questions pop up. But right now we've put some of the common questions we've received so far in this document, including how to create your fundraising page, setting up a personal page, how to view teams and create a team. Something we did discover in the process of setting this up is if you're on a team and you're putting miles in your personal page, unfortunately, that doesn't add to the team you're on. So teams will have to add their miles based on all the personal pages within their team. So that's something, if you wanted to reach out and get more information about, I'm happy to answer that question. It's a little bit of manual math, not ideal, but we learn things as we do them for the first time. And there's lots of, I can also share this and go through a few of the questions. So this is the FAQ page that we've put together so far. My email's in here, so feel free to contact me at any time if you have questions. But we've linked to a lot of CauseVox resources that walk you through step-by-step on how to do certain things, like creating your fundraising page, setting up the team page. We've answered questions like, what is the 8% tip for? How do you log your miles? And can you add mileage to teams page, which I just answered, but we have more information on that below. How you can be a sponsor, what your donations support, and what other steps you can take to prevent cancer. So if you have any other questions, feel free to let me know at any time. I don't see any in the chat right now, so maybe we can move on and I can just monitor the chat and see if there are any questions. Deborah said we will have a little competition between CFE members who start teams, so prizes to come, and more importantly, bragging rights. Exactly. Awesome. I'm going to turn it over to Aniana.
Thank you so much. First, I want to give a big thanks to Deborah, Paige, Adrienne, and Monica I know that I'm feeling very inspired to move for cancer prevention this month, and I'm planning to run, do some knitting, and now after that yoga class, I think I'm also doing yoga. I definitely agree with Deborah. I need more of that in my life. So thank you so much, Adrienne. That was wonderful. I'd like to highlight and share some upcoming events during National Cancer Prevention Month. So I'm going to take a moment to share my screen here. All right. So this is the National Cancer Prevention Month page on the Cancer Free Economy Network website. You can find this by going to cancerfreeeconomy.org and clicking on the banner image for National Cancer Prevention Month. If you scroll down, we have 5 ways to get involved in NCPM. And one of those ways is by clicking the link to go to our events. So now we have National Cancer Prevention Month events page. And excuse me, not just our events, but also we have CFE member events, co-sponsored events, and also non-member events that are happening during National Cancer Prevention Month. If there's any events that you know of that are missing from this list, please feel free to email those to me and I will add them to the website. But I wanted to just highlight, we have our kickoff event, which we're currently doing right now. We have a CFE member anti-cancer lifestyle webinar on February 1st, Less Cancers, National Cancer Prevention Day workshop starting on the 2nd, going through the 4th. We have Cancer and Environment Forum series. There's actually a series of 3 webinars that you can join. The first is on February 3rd, and that is a co-sponsored event. So you can find out more on this page, join any of these events, and we will be adding more events as the month goes on, and as well more classes. If you would like to host a movement class, please get in touch with us. We're interested in hosting more movement classes like what Adrienne shared with us today. So it doesn't have to take very much time. And it can also be things that you do for your own community, like knitting classes or smaller events. It doesn't have to be yoga or running specifically. It can be any of the 30 activities that we list on our mileage converter. And I will stop sharing that screen and switch to another. Give me one moment. All right. So lastly, I would just like to really take a moment to acknowledge and thank our sponsors and to thank each of you for attending our kickoff today. We can't do this without you. And so I'm very grateful on behalf of our whole team for everyone who joined today. Together, we can remove cancer-causing chemicals from the places we live, learn, work, and play. And together, we can move for cancer prevention. I look forward to moving with you this month. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.